Is closing borders completely the right idea? Biden has completely closed several border crossings, as well as train crossings. Why? Well, let's find out. I'm Nikki. Welcome back to Off Grid Style. The U.S.-Mexico border closures could cost billions. That is billions to us, the United States. Why? This is from Axios, written by Russell Contreras. It came out, I believe, yesterday, late afternoon. So a lot of people aren't seeing it because it's the weekend and a holiday weekend. And by the way, happy holidays to all of you. Merry Christmas. Partial closures at key U.S.-Mexico border could cost billions in trade and are causing chaos and political fallout. The big picture: a massive influx of immigrants at the southern border has led U.S. Customs and Border Protection to divert resources from busy crossings in Arizona and Texas. Republicans are saying that the Biden administration needs to do more to address the issue, and former President Trump says he is closing the border as one of his first acts if he returns to office. But there is evidence that a partial closure can have devastating effects on our economy. And Trump, better than anybody, understands business. So when he says that he's closing the borders, he means to illegal migration. He's not talking about commerce and trade between us and Mexico. Of course, not everybody wants to cover that part of it, but he has actually, if you listen to the whole entire statement, he states it's for closing for illegal immigrants. Here's why Biden's idea of total closures is such a bad idea. They are closing important routes because they don't have enough agents to cover all points of entry with this free-for-all we've been having for the last couple of years, especially since Trump's law was dumped. After railway operations in Eagle Pass and El Paso were temporarily suspended this month because they needed to send officers to process migrants at other places, businesses reported a drop in traffic and damage to local economies. Eagle Pass and El Paso account for almost $34 billion annually in trade with Mexico, just shy of 36% of all cross-border rail traffic to and from Mexico, according to the Texas Association of Business. This is short-sighted, half-baked decision that will not make a dent in illegal migration, but will cause economic harm to everyday Americans, Texas Association of Business President and CEO Glenn Hamer said in a statement. Supposedly, operations in Eagle Pass and El Paso resumed Friday afternoon, CBP said in a statement. The closure of the Lukeville point of entry in Arizona, the main crossing for people traveling to the popular tourism destination of Puerto Peñasco, Sonora, has created a political firestorm for the Biden administration in Arizona, a critical swing state. Local gas stations and restaurants on both sides of the border have had to cut hours, and some businesses are thinking about closing temporarily out of survival, per the Arizona Republic, which is the newspaper. The border crossing has been closed since December 4th, and there's no reopen date in sight. Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs, who is a Democrat, has sharply criticized the Biden administration over the ordeal, saying it was a bad decision. A White House spokesperson tells Axios that authorities took this temporary action in order to stop a large movement of migrants coming by rail and to protect the health and safety of its personnel. So in other words, they did not have enough agents to handle what they knew was coming, and so they've closed main arteries that involve us making money, our people of America making money, and diverted those people to where those migrants were coming in. Real smart. This is brilliant, brilliant. We are working closely with the Mexican government, the White House says, in an attempt to resolve this issue, and also surging personnel to the region. Not our president or our vice president, but hey, we're surging personnel. We are communicating regularly with industry leaders to ensure we are assessing and mitigating the impacts of these temporary closures. Well, this one has no reopen date in sight at Lukeville point of entry, so temporary kind of sounds like an iffy statement. Later Thursday, the White House released a readout of Biden's call with Mexico's president, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, where both sides agreed that more enforcement actions were needed so key ports of entry could reopen. Gee, you think? Wait till you hear about how much we're losing by this happening. And it's not being covered anywhere, any news channel. I haven't even seen it on Newsmax. I haven't seen it on, definitely not on Fox. I really have not seen this covered, this side of what's going on with our immigration crisis. So CBP, the Border Patrol, is surpassing 10,000 encounters with migrants along the southern border per day and is seeing record numbers of illegal crossings just this month, according to the Washington Post. A complete border shutdown, as proposed by several of the Republican candidates that are attempting to win the GOP nomination, could cost the U.S. billions of dollars in trade and create chaos for U.S. citizens and Mexicans who cross through both sides legally daily to shop, buy cheaper medicine, or to attend school. Food and fuel chains would be disrupted. Auto parts would become scarce. In less than a month, Americans would run out of avocados and other fruits and vegetables that we get from Mexico. Grocery and gas prices would surge, and Mexico, which is currently experiencing economic growth, would be thrown into disarray, which could spark more migration. Vicious circle there. I didn't realize this. Mexico is now our largest trading partner, and we have millions, not thousands, millions of jobs in the United States that depend on that relationship. The border has been wide open for several years now, as we all know. Suddenly, the current administration, whose top two people have never been there since this all started, or at least she hasn't, they're magically noticing this, and they decide to completely close several key trade routes across the border, with the potential of billions of dollars of revenue lost, as well as higher prices to consumers, and possible job loss if we cannot continue to access these key items from Mexico. Here we go again, another little notch in that belt of Uncle Klaus's things he wants to have happen in our world. Anyway, that's just my opinion. What are your thoughts? Do you think it should be shut down completely and we should not have any trade going back and forth with Mexico? Do you think we should go back to the way it was with the previous administration, where we were much more diligent about who came in and out of our country? Or do you think it should be wide open? Come on in. Water's fine. Come on. Have a good time. Take everything. Do you feel that maybe we should hire some more Border Patrol agents and maybe a few less of those IRS agents and get this under control? What do you think? What are your opinions? You know I love to hear from you. I always answer back, or I try to at least. Please comment, like, comment, subscribe. I'm not sure if I'll be doing a video tomorrow because it is Christmas and I am cooking, but I will see what I can do. So I hope you all have an amazing Christmas, and I will see you again soon. Thank you.